All right, guys, welcome back to another episode. I'm your host, T.
I'm Tasha.
Welcome to TNTGaming. So today is going to be a little different because today we're going to be talking about God of War, and we're going to be talking about our favorite scenes from the God of War series. Now, if you've been rocking with the channel, you know that we have reacted to the whole lore of God of War in its entirety. You can check it out in our playlist, in which it was quite a journey.
It was. I got emotional a few times.
Yes, it was an emotional journey.
Yeah.
And that's mainly why we're doing this podcast right now, because we want to discuss our favorite scenes from the God of War series.
I like that.
And the thing of it is that while doing the reaction videos, we never really got the opportunity to explain at length what we actually thought about the characters or break down some of the situations or emotionally how they made us feel. And so in this series, we're going to actually talk at length about our favorite scenes and maybe
maybe our favorite characters too.
yeah, and our favorite characters as well. So we're going to go ahead and get this kicked off in just a second. But first, guys, smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet.
Oh, and leave your favorite scenes in the comment
Oh,
section
yes.
down
Let us
below.
know down below in the comment section what your
we wanna
favorite
know.
scenes from the God of War series are.
So I guess we could go ahead and start with what your favorite scene is.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Now, before we jump into it, I chose this scene because I thought it was a pivotal moment within the series, but it was also a great transitioning point within the relationship with Kratos and Atreus and their father-son bond. Now, this is actually the beginning of God of War Ragnarok, in which Atreus is still learning his ability, and Kratos has just found out that he could transform into a bear. But
Bjorn the bear.
yeah, Bjorn the bear.
I didn't know I could do that.
You did not do anything. They overcame you. That is why we must not abandon your training. We do not know the reach of your abilities. And they will be dangerous without discipline to control them.
You've already taught me discipline. I need more than that. I need answers. Answers you don't have.
Answers only your mother had.
Oh.
Answers she withheld.
And so you see this conflict with Kratos, because at first you see him being so gentle in his tone, and as soon as Atreus speaks up, he turns more harsh. And I think
frustration.
It's frustration.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's almost like he's constantly having this tug of war with who he is.
What if there was someone who could help us? Someone that could give us answers about the giants and who Loki's supposed to be.
Atreus.
Wouldn't it help to understand what I'm becoming?
Atreus! Listen to me. I might have killed you. Until you learn control, we will take no unnecessary risks.
Inaction is also a risk.
Ooh.
You taught me that. Stop thinking like a father for a moment and start thinking like a general.
No!
Right here. That was it. That is my absolute favorite scene right here, because there's just so much frustration. There's so much emotion in his tone and how he's acting. And when he gives that emphatic no,
Yeah.
he is putting his foot down.
Yeah.
And this was different. This was different from all the other times he may have said no or been frustrated with Atreus, but also what follows up after that, which is a softer no. So let's take it back just a second.
Stop thinking like a father for a moment and start thinking like a general.
No!
How you gonna tell him to stop thinking like a father? Ugh.
No.
Ooh, see that? See that? And it was like he had to catch himself.
Because I think Atreus still doesn't fully know who his father is
Yes.
or who he was.
Yes.
And that also reminded me of like the relationship we have with our parents. We
Right.
know them in only one aspect.
Exactly.
You know?
And that was what's so great about this scene and how they captured it. Because Atreus is coming from the perspective of not knowing anything about his father. As a
There's
viewer,
only one aspect of
he
him.
only knows one aspect of him, that my father is this guy. but he doesn't know Kratos' struggles.
Yeah.
He doesn't know his battles. He doesn't know everything that he's gone through. And so he doesn't know the journey that Kratos is really trying to prepare him for. Kratos is trying to not only prepare him to be a man, but he is trying to prepare him to be a god.
But he's saving him.
Absolutely.
Well, saving him from himself.
Right. Absolutely.
And at this point, this is when Atreus is like this little teenage know-it-all.
Yes.
We've all been there.
Right.
You know, you think you know everything about the world, you know, and when your parents tell you things, it's like they don't know what they're talking about.
Right.
You know, and this is what I seen in this relationship.
Right.
They're taking us through these
The emotions.
of these teenage years.
Right, exactly. And so I think they did an excellent job capturing the emotion, the feeling of the frustration a parent would have at a child who thinks they know it all. Because he's telling him not to be a father. He's telling him to think like a general. And the thing of it is that Kratos knows he could think like a general because he's done it all his life. And it hasn't got him anywhere.
Well,
it has got him somewhere.
Got his other family killed.
But it got his other family killed. But thinking like a general has also helped him survive. And so, for me, this was a great transitioning period with his thinking, because now, instead of thinking like a general and thinking more like a father, he has to protect Atreus. And I absolutely love this scene.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and transition over to your favorite scene. Let's go ahead and bring this down. All right, so what was your favorite scene?
So my favorite scene was the shocker of the century. I did not see it coming. I felt bamboozled. And I felt like I needed to re-watch, like, some of the episodes, because I was like, how did I not see this?
Right, yeah.
So this is a shocking turning point. It's a turn of events in this episode where they're all at Brock's house and a big secret is revealed.
Okay, all right, let's go ahead and check it out, y'all.
Prepare yourselves. So this scene is when Odin reveals himself.
Oh,
and it's,
man.
Okay, so he's not really, he's kind of forced to reveal himself, because this is when, like, all the crazy puzzle pieces are coming together.
Right,
because
yeah.
he started calling Atreus Loki and all these little
snippets was coming out.
It wasn't even subtle at all.
Right.
And I'm like, what the heck is going on?
Now, something that we missed while doing this reaction was the spelling of his name. And afterwards, people kept telling us to pay attention to how he spelled the name, because Tyr has an accent on it. And when the fake Tyr would talk, the spelling would just be T-Y-R.
Oh.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and jump into this, and let's check it out again.
I have too. But it's clear now. This is what I'm needed for.
Oh, you know what?
This.
Oh God, this is taking me back right now, because Tyr, he was like a puss throughout the whole thing.
I'm just like, you were
He didn't
a god
want-
of war,
right, he didn't wanna
and
fight.
You don't want to fight.
Right,
and
he was-
I'm a pacifist.
He was a pacifist, and then all of a sudden, this is the first scene where he was like, "I need to pick up my sword."
Right, and I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh,
Because
man.
they were going to Asgard.
Right, they were
planning
preparing to go to Asgard.
Sneak into Asgard.
Right, yeah.
Is my purpose.
Oh, now you have a purpose.
One last time, I will pick up my spear and I will lead us to Asgard.
And I was like, how all of a
Excuse
sudden?
me, but if you
That's
got
right,
away
Brock.
to Asgard, where's that idea been this whole fucking while?
Relax. Rather a fair
Right.
question, brother.
You withheld Asgard.
You would have gotten us all killed.
Oh.
And we needed to give Loki time to find his destiny.
Babe, you doing it again.
When he said, he called him Loki instead
Yeah.
of Atreus, I'm like, what is going on? So now you know how to get into Asgard, and now you about to pick up your spear, and now all of this, and you telling him that his father would have got them all killed? Like, where has this energy been this whole time?
Now, what's funny is that when we first did this reaction, and he said Loki, we freaked out.
Oh,
he called him Loki! And watching this again, it feels like the same thing all over again. Because it's like, I knew he was going to call him Loki, but I still felt shocked at the audacity that he did. But, it's really cool seeing how Brock was the only one that was not having this shit.
And we needed to give Loki time to find his destiny.
See?
Here it is. It's all led to this.
If we can get inside, I'm going after Odin.
I will not stop you. We can do both.
Spot on, brother. If the mask doesn't give us an out, we'll still have the drop on him.
Works for me.
Let's do it then. And quickly, before he sees us coming.
He does hate surprises.
Slow down, you damn
How the music's
spruce.
crescendoing.
I still want to hear the details on this new way to Asgard you got. Spill it!
It's an ancient path. We can't reach it from here.
Where then?
Let me collect my things and I'll show you.
You ain't got no things. And where you going with that mask?
Oh!
That belongs to the kid. He earned it. All
like,
you done
"Get
was
out of
make
here."
passable dirt soup.
Brock, it's okay.
No, it ain't.
That's
This ain't
right,
right. All the pieces ain't welded together true. Like, what's with him calling you Loki anyway? You know that ain't his name. Hey!
Brock wanted to rip
I'm
the shit.
talking to you! You never shut up!
And so, you know what?
All the things.
So that was the second half of this scene.
Yeah.
Because there were a lot of shockers.
Yeah.
I think that was something that was really well done, was that they just gave you so much
many
all in
things.
once.
Yeah.
Not only was Brock killed, but then Odin reveals himself as being Tyr.
He couldn't take it no more.
Yeah, and so
because his ego, Odin's ego, he was trying to like hide it the whole time.
You're right.
But his ego is just uncontrollable.
Right, yeah.
And he just couldn't take it anymore.
Right.
And he just he
I
killed
think
Brock.
as a viewer watching this scene for the first time, it was just like an overload.
Yeah,
Because not only are
sensory
you,
overload.
because you're shocked that Brock just got stabbed, in which he probably gonna die, but right after that, you see Odin reveal himself just like that. So it's like Brock's death, Odin, and then he grabs Atreus. So it's like, as a viewer, bam, bam, bam. It's like everything is hitting you.
Yeah.
Your mind is blown. You're shocked. You don't know what to think. And then
Odin.
it's
Let go
like
of the
this.
boy and
What's gonna
face
happen?
me.
Is he gonna kill
Brother,
Atreus?
throw me the mask and you've got a deal.
Stop moving.
Freya?
And he gets the
dies.
mask.
Now. Wasn't part of the plan, but if he dies, we are square for Heimdall.
Oh.
And honestly, you got a bargain.
I will kill you. Plan on that.
They all
So nice
were
spending
tricked.
time with you.
Yeah.
This
Yes.
shows that as wise as Freya is, as wise as Kratos is, Brock, Sindri, they still could not see through this show that
Right.
Tyr was putting on until like at the last minute.
Right.
Brock was like, "Now this ain't right, and I'm not about to take no shit from you. You need to explain yourself to me."
Right.
They all were fooled,
But,
then I was fooled
Right.
too.
Exactly. And so that is the genius. That is the genius behind this scene, is that not only was Freyr, Brock, Sindri, Kratos, Atreus, everyone
See,
was
I
fooled.
didn't know Freyr too much, so that's why, like at this point, I was like, I don't know. He could have been easily fooled, but everybody else, I knew them.
But that's what I'm saying. Everyone was fooled, including the
Us.
viewer. That was the icing on the
Shame.
cake. That was the icing on the cake that
Yeah.
nobody could figure that
Yeah.
out. Nobody saw that coming.
And I feel like if I rewatch everything, I will see the signs.
I think the signs are there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we probably will have to do a second wash through.
It's like, oh my gosh, how did I
and
not
kind
see
of
this?
like
I was fooled.
pick apart a lot of the
I was
stuff that,
bamboozled.
so yeah.
Yeah.
Let's finish this scene now.
Please.
Can't be in two
Brock is
places
just
at
over there
once.
dying on the
Frig.
ground. Ugh.
Hey! I don't move, you don't move. Don't do anything you'll regret.
I regret many things. Killing you will not be one of them. Release my son!
I am in control here. Throw me the mask now.
Too bad, son. Looks like war after all.
Oh, that was so cool right
Yeah.
there too, because at the last minute,
He ended up
got the mask.
Right.
But then we go back to Brock dying.
Right.
And then we find out that this is really bad because Sindri has done some things.
Right.
So it's just so many things that was revealed in this one episode. And like, yes, it definitely was an overload. All the secrets being let out. Tyr is Odin. Brock has been raised from the dead too many times. So Sindri is now in trouble.
But that came
You know?
afterwards. I think with
But it all came from this episode. Like, just so many things. It just was a veil being lifted episode.
yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Yeah, so that was my favorite scene. I can't believe I was tricked as well. I just was like, how did I not know? And it had me questioning everything in my life. Like,
Right.
I gotta look out for people.
And the interesting thing about it is that while you're playing the game or the game series or reacting to it or learning about it, watching it, whatever, throughout the series, there's something that is constant, which is Kratos is always being manipulated or tricked into doing something or finding out that things aren't what they were supposed to be. And
Yep.
so for us, reacting to this series, we always had what we call God of War PTSD,
Oh, yeah.
where we never trusted anyone.
Yeah.
If y'all remember back when we started God of War 2018 and we first met Brock and Sindri, we were like, no,
Yep.
don't trust them,
trust
don't
them.
work with them. And throughout the episodes, we come to learn to like and love these
them,
characters
yes.
because
They're
they
like
were
family.
the best parts of the series.
Yeah.
And
They were
then
our own little family.
yes, exactly. Like you felt
Yeah.
like they were family.
Yeah.
And then this happens. Like throughout God of War Ragnarok, you're playing the game or you're watching it, the story unfold, and you still, like, for a God of War fan, you still have these remnants of PTSD. Something's gonna happen, but you don't know what.
Yeah.
And the way they catch you off guard
set
with
me
this
up.
Odin reveal
Yeah, I
was
wasn't
just
prepared.
like, ugh. This
Yeah,
this
so
was
good.
this was like the worst out of all the trickery that has happened throughout the God of War
Yeah.
series. Because I think one of the ones was Kratos being manipulated by Ares and then killing his first family. And then we find out that Kratos' mom had been with Zeus, and that's how Kratos was born.
Yep. He was like,
And so
Father.
there's just manipulation and tragedy after tragedy, because something else that kind of slipped our mind was that Kratos had a brother. And the whole time Kratos is growing up, his brother is sitting in, I think, hell. He was being
Something like it, yeah.
tormented or something.
Yeah.
But guys, let us know down below in the comment section what your favorite scenes from the God of War series are. We would love to continue this series and maybe break down our thoughts and feelings about some of these characters, because one of the questions that always comes up is the moral compass of Kratos. Was he a good person? When you look at
It's
his
complicated.
it is very complicated, but when you look at his deeds that he committed before God of War 2018 or before Ragnarok, it's not really looking too good. So leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. As always, like, share, and subscribe. Definitely head over to the playlist and check out our reaction. That way you can go ahead and see what our first initial feelings and
yeah.
thoughts were when we saw these scenes. But we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. As always, like, share, and subscribe. We'll see y'all next time. Take care. Peace.